About things coming due. One problem for Democrats is their prior statements on things like government efficiency, Taylor, are coming due. Here's Mark Cuban.
As a libertarian, I think we can reduce employment in government by at least a third, reduce the overhead and administration by that much or more, so that we can offer more to services for our citizens. And so if when it comes down to it, where I tend to disagree with everybody, and this is the libertarian in me, I'm happy to push down the size of government, and I'm happy to work on making government more efficient, because then more money can pass through and help the people who need it.
We got a few folks throwing the challenge flag on the libertarianism there, but we'll set that aside. Taylor, he was all in on this stuff until it became politically uncool on the left to do it.
They were all in on Elon Musk. They were all in on Trump before they all turned conservative, right? That is the problem. And Cuban, I mean, where do I even begin? He wants to reduce employment in government by a third. He wants to reduce overhead and administration by that much or more, push down the size of government, make government more efficient. So yes, the goal is to allow things, to Jackie's point earlier, like Social Security, to be healthier in the long run. I can't understand, they just hate Trump and Elon Musk that much. They are actually giving up things that they believe in because the guys on the right are doing it instead of the guys on the left this time. And so they're just giving up and saying, no, we actually just hate the whole thing.
Well, you raise an interesting question, Dagan. Maybe you can grapple with this. What do they really believe in? Like, did these guys who used to say, let's cut government, did they ever really believe in that? Or was that sort of like throwing a bone to the country while they continue to spend our money?
You mean a politician or Mark Cuban? I'm not convinced that was Mark Cuban. That looked like it was made of wax.
It was not a humanoid.
Madame Tussauds Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban.
It was an animatronic wax figure.
It was a robot.
Yeah. Because someone like Mark Cuban will say whatever it takes to get somebody to shove a microphone in his face. Politicians will say and do whatever it takes to remain in power and control, because that is their grift, as the reason that they got into this long con in the first place. That's the left. One interesting thing is there was in the new Fox News poll that came out last night, in the views on President Trump's proposals, the reduced government employees, only 46% favored, so it was under 50%. 51% opposed. Like the ones that where you got more than a 50% favorable polling, number one was ban trans, basically ban biological men and women's sports, increase oil drilling. But it was interesting how that was phrased, because it was phrased reduce government employees. And so when you talk about people losing their jobs, I would argue it polls differently than cutting the size of government. But when you phrase it, when you start talking about, I read an article in the Wall Street Journal, it came out in February, that where is your money going exactly? Of the $2 trillion that we had to borrow last year just to fund the government, there's one company, Booz Allen and Hamilton.
Yeah.
98% of its $11 billion in annual revenue comes from the government, comes from the federal government. It's just astonishing that there's an entire ecosystem, and eco meaning economic system,
right,
that is around Washington, D.C., that is just suckling at the teat of the federal government. And it's why Washington has gotten, I mean, shoot, the suburbs of Washington run all the way down to Richmond.
Oh, yeah.
And they run all the way up to Wilmington, and it's why why home prices just skyrocketed, and it was all on the backs of the American taxpayer.
So that's such a good point, but that's what makes this, what we read in the intro, so interesting. They're all complaining because they all want in on the system if they live there. They're all complaining, and I think they all agree, Elon Musk is unlobbyable, Todd. He is actually, all of the tricks you want to play, all the whining and dining, all the money, all the relationships, all the homes, The guy comes from the outside, and he's impervious to all of it, and it's driving the lobbyists nuts in D.C.
And this all ties into what Dagan said, because I can remember when I was an intern back in the late 90s. Look, I mean, lobbying's been around since the dawn of time. But I remember D.C. was fine. Like, that was the word. It was fine. You go back there now, to Dagan's point. It has built up in a way that shouldn't happen when you are viewed as something that should be providing public service. D.C. is a public service city, okay? Boy, they're sure looking rich in public service. And when I read this Politico article with regard to Elon Musk, it ties it all together, because this article was almost, it had a negative view of, oh, well, we can't lobby anymore. That's not the way it should be, was the implication from this article. No. Lobbying is not a good thing, because lobbying just benefits the people who have enough money, who can then lobby to make even more money. Lobbying does not help the American taxpayer. And so, yes, it's awesome that Elon Musk is unlobbyable, and the sacred cows that he's going after, if you hear the Democrats present it, are the ones that have made money off of this grift now for decades and have led to the big buildings and the building up of D.C. that we see. I don't want D.C. to be poor. But, you know, at least New York's honest about it.
Somewhere
We're the money capital.
How long before we start getting articles about how, oh, these poor lobbyist families aren't going to be able to go to Aruba twice this year?
It's coming, Dagan.
It's a hard life when you can't bribe someone in D.C., I guess. We'll leave it there.